Hey everybody, it's Thomas Jackson, founder of Covalent. Very excited to finally bring you our new video podcasting setup, whatever you want to call it, but you better believe we're going to start putting out a lot of video content for you. I wanted to make this one special and start with the new Oculus Quest 2. This is the headset we've been waiting on as a company. I can't tell you how many headsets we've put our hat on now. Probably about 4 or so that we've really tried to make things happen for. But to be honest, we even as a company just didn't really feel like it was ready for prime time. This is. And so we're so excited to start sharing it with you and tell you about it. It's only been out just a couple months, and it's already, the ecosystem is just starting to really take off and get excited. So if it's your first time and you've never jumped in VR before, I think this is a great time to start. I'm going to talk a little bit about how this all works and why it's special, and we'll try to do some more videos where we talk a little bit about it. So if you haven't seen it, like I said, you can go to oculus.com. Switch over here, and you can go ahead and read all about it. But most importantly, okay, this is the second generation. So I think of it like how the Xbox One was a first of its kind console, right? And it was competing with the PlayStation and all of that. But then think of the leap to Xbox 2. I mean, the Xbox 360. It was a big leap, both graphically and with just the games that were starting to really take advantage of the hardware. That's where we're at now with the Quest 2. The Quest 1 really kind of set up the App Store, just like when the iPhone came out, there was no App Store. Well, that's kind of how VR was when it first started. And now the Quest 2 is a device that's coming in just like the iPhone 3G did, just like the Xbox 2 did. We're coming into an ecosystem where there's actually content. You can go in there and there's actually great games and experiences that anybody from all kind of walks in life can appreciate. And we'll talk to you a little bit about those. But the big transformative part about the hardware is, well, one, they've shrunk it almost 25%. So, nobody likes wearing these big things on their head, so this thing's much lighter weight. The other huge factor of it is that it's got the first ever custom built mobile processor chip that's been built specifically for a VR headset. This is huge. Up until now, every device that has basically ran a VR headset has been an off-the-shelf mobile phone processor, not made for VR. And this processor that's in here was built by Qualcomm, specifically the XR2 chip for VR, and it shows dramatically. The speed of this, how quick you're in the games, how fast the frame rate can run. 90 frames per second, which we could talk a little bit about. They just actually launched an update 2 days ago that now makes this 90 frames per second almost in most apps, which 90 frames a second is just an amazing place to be for mobile VR. What else? So talk a little bit about the experiences. Like I was saying, there is such a breadth of experiences now. Everything from your hardcore shooter fans, if you want to be in a Call of Duty sim, to you want to be in a literally Fortnite. This new game, Population 1, is absolutely amazing, and it's quite literally like you're in a Fortnite experience. So but you're flying, you're in it. I mean, it's incredible. But to be honest, there's so many other ways to connect in VR. For example, AltSpace is a platform that we use to connect socially, and we've seen some traumatic, just experiences happen inside of some of these social worlds. So a lot of people think of VR as being a really isolating thing, and I want you to know that in this time right now in COVID, this is one of the most social things you can do, because you're joining a group of people in a space where you can be yourself, where you're not being judged by your clothes or what you wore that day or whatever. You can literally walk in a lobby and meet somebody that's really interesting from another part of the world and have a real conversation with them. So you can laugh and sneeze at that idea if you want, until you try out VR and you've met a friend in there and you want to go do something. I guarantee you, your mind might be a little changed. So we're so excited about some of the experiences we're working on, and we'll go into a little bit about that in future videos and the things we're building and experiences we're starting to. But I just can't tell you guys enough how excited we are about this new hardware. Yes, it's a little finicky with having to have a Facebook account, and I would say that is a bit of a downside, and I wish Zuck would have made a different decision there. I understand his need to want to own the data. I get it, but there probably is some people getting put off. However, there are some headsets, and we'll talk about in other videos, that if you're really against Facebook, there are some other options out there to get started in VR. So don't let that stop you. We know we don't like their privacy, either, but this is a technology that is so transformative. You just don't want to miss out on it. You want to be here for the beginning of it. So I hope this was a little bit of a teaser to what's to come, and me and this guy plan on doing a lot more with you guys and showing you what these headsets do, sharing a little bit about what this guy does as a business coach. I just wouldn't be where I am without him, and I can't wait to talk and share some of the stories that he's shared with me over these years with all of you. So stay tuned for some of those. We'll have a lot more to share with you soon. And
yeah,
can't wait.
We've come a long way in the last 4 or 5 years, and with the development of VR usable equipment, because the original stuff that I saw when I first got introduced to it was a little rough.
Right. And to have somebody like you there with me when we were in LA putting on some of what was at the time some of the state-of-the-art headsets, and to have you be there with me to go, oh wow, I can see in just 3 years how much change we've made.
Yes, it's been amazing how much our technology has evolved that fast. So this is really the point which I think more people need to start jumping in and getting more and more comfortable with it, because the range of things you can do with these new headsets blows what we did 3 years ago out of the water.
You got it.
And this is really going to be, even in business use, it's going to be huge.
Right. Conferences. I mean, there's no reason with COVID to go to a physical place when I can, put you in a virtual room with 1,000 people, and before you know it, the technology that makes that happen will be here. They're working on it right now. I know we are. So stay tuned, folks. It's going to be an exciting decade.
It's going to be a wonderful trip.
All right, guys. See you in the next one.